Hello, gamers! Literally just finished the last of the semester schoolwork. That's so cool. I'm really glad that you were able to finish at a good time. Yeah, I have most of 4 of my 5 classes are all done. One of them I had a deferral for, so I have two Jane Austen books to read, an essay and a half to write about them, and then like a whole bunch of other miscellaneous paragraphs on Jane Austen to do before January 5th, chosen at my own discretion. But that's really cool. I'm glad you finished. So today we're going to be playing Chapter 3 of Arcade Spirits. To be honest, I can't believe that my voice has been okay after 5 hours of streaming, or no, because it was like almost 3 hours. 5.5 hours of voicing this game. But here we are. I'm very excited for this particular chapter. And because I noticed something really bogus about my overlay, I remade my game overlay so that it doesn't have the black bars. Hopefully, I don't know. I screenshotted the game and then pulled up the like Twitch background thing in Canva, put the screenshot on, and then made an overlay on top of that, so I assume it's sized right. It might not be, and I'll fix it tomorrow. Or well, no, I'm not gonna stream tomorrow. For Tuesday, I don't know. Next day I stream. But I'm very excited. I think it's kind of cute. At first I was gonna make it to have like hearts with the different characters colors, but then it didn't look very good, and also I might use it outside of Arcade Spirits depending on how games are sized. I don't know. I like having 2 different options. Cause yeah, like there was a weird black space, but also I kind of covered the game, so I made like my name smaller. It still covers part of the gameplay, but hopefully it won't make Gavin bald. Even though it's really funny to me. So yeah. I hope we're having a good night, and that we're excited for Chapter 3. It's super duper fun. It's my second favorite, I think I said. So yeah. And we've gotta hope and pray that I don't accidentally delete the save again. I will try my very best to be at full attention so it doesn't happen again, because that was devastating, demoralizing. It was horrible. And speaking of embarrassing mistakes, I really hope that the vocabulary is kinder to me today. We survived. We did, but it was horrible. It like shook me to my very core. Also wasted half an hour. And I don't know, I felt bad for you. But also, I mean, we did get to see the flirty first impressions, which brought me joy. But it ruined the integrity of the first run. The original Marshy is gone forever. We may never see him again. However, I think he's basically the same. We had the top trait at the end. We had the same, yeah, he's dead. He was sucked up by Polybius forever. He didn't even get that far, but it still happened. It came for him. I don't know. It was in the storage unit or something. Maybe his kidneys were sold on the black market. I don't know. We'll never know. I also turned down the game volume because it looked kind of loud compared to my audio. So let me know if it's weirdly quiet now. It looks like it's a better mix, but I only changed it slightly. Yeah, I'm very excited to show off my new overlay. I mean, my overlays aren't great. I'm hoping maybe if I like don't stream, I'll come up with a better overlay. Like I'll make it myself, not on Canva, but I kind of like the Canva stuff I've been doing. And also now I'm lazy, like I already have things that I like, kind of, and I have the brand, and it matches my Frappuccino profile picture. Actually, the colors perfectly match. That's so cute. I just realized. Even though, like, I don't really want that as my profile picture, it probably will be my profile picture until the end of time. I also uploaded it as my profile picture for my VOD YouTube channel. That's right, after yesterday's stream, I made a YouTube channel to upload all my VODs because they're going to be deleted from Twitch forever. I don't know if there's a way to change how long they stay, because I feel like I've seen other YouTubers have their VODs up forever. I don't know. Mine are going to be gone, but they're on YouTube. So if you... Well, not my first one, because my first one didn't save. That one's gone forever, just like the original Marshy. So yeah. Got the VOD channel if you want to check out your favorite moments of me screaming over Teo, or whatever else happens on stream. I don't know. We should clip me deleting the first save, because that was truly iconic and horrible, because I didn't even know what I don't even know how it happened. I literally like blacked out and then blacked back in and it was gone. Like, I don't know. And then I was like dumbfounded as to how it happened, as if I didn't click the buttons myself. That would be a really funny clip. So maybe I'll clip that before the VOD is gone forever. I don't know. I mean, gone off Twitch, because it's on YouTube. Anyways, I don't really have anything else to do before playing, so I'm gonna be smart and change my category before I switch to my gameplay thing, when then I can't change the category. It's the intricate rituals of Twitch. I do like playing a game where I'm the only one playing it, which means I am the most popular Arcade Spirits streamer right now. Okay. Let's go. And you can see my new gameplay overlay. Assuming I set it up right. Okay. I think I set it up right. I mean, chat is covering... I had to move it to cover a little bit more of the game. But isn't it kind of cute? Let me know. Or if you hate it, let me know and I can make a new one. I don't know. I got rid of the colors. It's pretty minimalistic, but I think it's pretty cute. Let me check if there are any other Arcade Spirit streamers, just because I like knowing. Okay, it's just me. I love that. Alright. That brings me joy. I don't know why. I just like the numbers. Okay. If we're ready to start. Okay. Now we have to be very careful in these next moments. I'm going to load, not start. And I will be loading chapter 3. Alright. If there are no further issues or anything, hopefully we will be starting. Alright, Arcade Spirits, chapter 3, or level 3, sorry. Take it to the max. I wonder what that could mean. Okay. Sorry, I gotta clear my throat before all the reading. It is the year 20XX, and today is the day. Well, not the actual big day when we reveal Zombie Meltdown, but a big day in relation to that big day, and I am completely stressed out. My mission, should I choose to accept, and I kinda already chose to accept, is to spread the word about the upcoming Funplex event. The one that I'm in charge of. The one that I put a ton of effort and hope into already. Also, sorry, I know I can't go 5 seconds without a tangent. But from the looks of it, I perfectly formatted my thing to not cover up anything except for my name and like the tiny bits of like the stars and stuff. But like, because I was really confused for a second because like there's no... When I have Arcade Spirits on my screen, on my computer, there's only black bars at the top and bottom, not on the two sides. But then, like, when I screenshotted it and put in, like, obviously you can see on the overlay, I had to put side ones. So I was really confused, and I was wondering, like, because I thought on Twitch it, like, was perfectly overlaid with my screen resolution or something. I don't know. Clearly not. But I did it so perfectly. Now there's no stupid black bars. Sorry, just wanted to point that out, that I did something successfully for once. Okay, also although I did just realize that my chat box rounding is really weird. It's only rounded at the top, and then there's like the corners are so round at the very top and not at the bottom. I don't know. Anyway, back to reading. We'll see how many how much I'll get sidetracked. Anyway, the one where if nobody shows up, it spells doom for us all. Hey, no pressure, right? If I fail, I'll only be the laughingstock of the entire Funplex. They'll call me the Funplex failure for the rest of my days. I'll be shamed, forced to wear a giant red F on my chest. Snap out of it, Marshy. Let's focus on what's right here, right now. Specifically, a giant conglomerate horde of people that keep bumping into me and smell like corn chips. And there's nowhere to run. ... I might be in a little over my head here. Working in the arcade, I've gotten used to smaller crowds. My skin has gotten a little thicker and resistant to sticky soda hands touching me accidentally. Ugh. But nothing could have prepared me for the sheer scope and scale of this. Just me and, I don't know, maybe 50,000 other people? I know Naomi's the one who doesn't like crowds, not me, but come on now. This isn't a crowd, it's a Gojira-sized evacuation mosh pit. Complete with Gojira-sized screens hanging overhead, constantly showing advertisements for arcade games and industry happenings. Wow, it's so exciting! Isn't it exciting, Marshy? That is a word, yes. I've never really been to one of these things. What a spectacle! Thanks for giving me a ticket. I really needed to get away for a weekend. Hey, Marshy, how are you holding up? Looking a little green around the gills there. What are we saying in this scenario where there's too many people and it's hot and we want to die, basically? Our first choice of the evening, folks. You can smile through this. So true. We love smiling through things. I'm holding up. As long as I can keep my internal monologue going and be able to speak frankly through my own mind, I'll be fine on the outside. It's the perfect facade. Can't you tell by my awkward smile, the eyes wide open, and the tilt of my head that I'm holding up? Perfectly? You call a bullcrap. She's totally been to a Comic-Con before, just look at her. Yeah, no, I mean, no one would have this hairstyle and not have been to a Comic-Con before. Because that's exactly what I would look like, given the opportunity. God, could you imagine if I had, like, pink hair and streak, if I had the Draculaura haircut? I wish I was her. She looks so good. Except I also want ginger hair, so I don't know. Maybe one day. No, because if it was, like, orange and pink, that'd be really cute. Anyway, no, she's definitely not her first time. This is exactly why I came here with you, to help you in your hour of need, and to get away for the weekend, but still, hour of need. It's true, Juniper has helped me get through a lot, but beyond generalities, I think she specifically wanted to make it up for me for the whole job offer situation. It's nice to have her here. We're not going to let a little thing like that stay as a sticking point between us. So, what's the plan? Huh? We can't just stand around all day, Marshy. There's a lot of ground we need to cover to make your Funplex a success. How are we going to attack this? What's the first move? I was just gonna sort of play it by ear. You didn't plan for this? Like, at all? I was too busy lying awake all night, stressing out to worry about planning things. Look, I'm new at event management. Much less event problems, or event promotion. Marshy. Well, let's start with this. Juniper swings her book bag off her shoulders and crouches on the ground. She opens it up and pulls out a stack of papers. Hold these. I cradle them in my arms. Okay, I'm holding these. What are these exactly? Flyers, silly! The ones you wanted for promoting your big event. I managed to print off quite a few before the boss started giving me weird looks. Why are copier rules always so strict in office jobs? It's just paper, and I needed it. I flip a sheet over and I start to remember. I was wondering if there was going to be a flashback because I remembered that was not how the chapter started. And there's also a crucial thing that I think is in this portion. A fun choice for you. It was about 2 weeks ago. Ashley and I were holding down the fort that day. Gavin locked himself in the office and told me that if I bothered him for anything other than an emergency, that I would not live to regret it. Francine stayed home that day. She was marathoning a competitive knitting show or something like that. Man, I wish I was her as well. That sounds great. Naomi was out shopping for some extra parts. The Dig Dug machine was acting up again. The buttons were sticking from some kid spilling a slushie on it. So what started as a pretty boring day in an empty funplex changed rapidly. When Teo came into the funplex carrying an armload of giant rolled up posters. Heyo, Marshy. Heyo, Ashley. Welcome home, Teo. Good morning, my fair Teo. How start thou? Only so freaking excited. I might explode into 1,000 bits. Please don't. That would be an awful mess to clean up. And also very sad because I love Teo. He's everything to me. Sorry, I've just gotta insert that at every opportunity. Just to make it clear. As if you didn't already know. We don't nearly have enough hydrogen peroxide to get out the bloodstains, and I don't have a plastic tub full of lye to dissolve your body parts in. Not to mention the years of therapy Marshy and I will have to go through to get over how horrible it would be to watch your friend die violently in front of you. I just can't afford it. It's just a turn of phrase, chill. I'm not gonna literally explode. But, guess what's happening in 2 weeks? It's something huge for us. Are they showing a compilation of internet cat videos at the movie quad? Please tell me we are finally gonna replace the blindingly horrid casino-like carpet beneath our feet. Hey, I like the carpet. It's fun. No and no. Okay, I guess I've teased it enough. Teo took the poster he was clutching and unravels them before us. It's Max time! Max? Max is already here? Beep! I thought that wasn't for another month. This means I really gotta double down on my cosplay production. Say goodbye to sleeping for the next 2 weeks. I've got so much to do now. I know, right? I still have to meet with all the dancers and work on our synchronized dance routine. Not nearly enough time to perfect it. And I have to find a good time and place for an international Showtime stage community gathering. I still have to finish hand sewing all the embellishments to my tailcoat. Find or make a decent pocket watch. And start and finish my 3rd cosplay. Ugh, death take me now. Wait, can we go back a minute? What exactly is Max? The best gaming convention ever. Did you both plan to say that in unison? Regardless, I'm still mostly confused and require further exposition. Max is the Mega Arcade Expo, an annual arcade gaming convention. It happens every year around this time over on the West Coast. But this year they're having a Max right here in our city, and it's gonna be the biggest one yet. I always go every year and show off my newest cosplay. It's a great way to meet a whole bunch of other arcade people. And catch up with those who you haven't seen since the last convention. It's so much fun! Yeah, okay. Yes, okay, I see why you're both excited. Sounds cool. Yup, and I was thinking we could put up some Max posters around the Funplex to, get all locals hyped about it. That's a splendid idea, Teo. Finally, an East Coast Max. We gotta make sure everyone knows about it. That we do. Teo, Ashley, and I spend the next half an hour putting up posters around the Funplex. We plastered as many surfaces as we could without making it look too obscene. While we were pushing pins into the wall, Teo and Ashley kept telling me stories of past Maxes and all the fun they had. Their spirit was infectious at the very least. Hard for me to avoid ending up on the hype train. Choo-choo! But importantly, the more I heard, the more I started thinking about how we could use this event to benefit the Funplex in some way. As the Funplex's newly minted event manager, I had to be on the lookout for opportunities like these. The very first Max on the East Coast, it'd be perfect. Hey, can we promote the Funplex's event at Max? Good for local buzz, and maybe we can convince some out-of-towners to stick around for it. Ooh, that's the one you've been working on, right, Marshy? Yeah, I've got ideas for tournaments, token discounts, much to Gavin's displeasure, and more. And we'll be revealing the new game we got from the raid. I see. And do you have a name for this grand event yet? Yeah, Marshy, what's it called? I've been thinking long and hard on coming up with the perfect name. But I think I figured it out. Are you ready? Am I? Chat, are we ready? You're gonna have to come up with the name, sorry. To spoil it. Spoil it. The suspense is killing us. The Funplex event will be called... What is the event name? So they have the default name, which we can do if we want to be boring, but we can make it literally anything. So we can certainly call it Funplex Rising, but we can also call it something silly. I think in my past saves, the first time I called it Let's Get Plexi. Second time I think I called it Plexipalooza or something like that. So I don't know. Those are just what I've done in the past. We don't have to come up with something on our own, but it'd be fun and silly. We can only have 15 letters though, unfortunately. Any ideas? I know it's a big decision. You're thinking so hard. I can try and come up with something too. We can just call it Plexland 2024. Or 2020X, I guess. I don't know. Killer Clown Suplex. I don't think that would fit, but that is, I can just call it Killer Clown. Let me see how much of that I would be able to fit just for reference. Killer Clown Sue. I can get Killer Clown Sue. We can call it Spend Money, please. Clown Soup. Work. Is that your final answer? Do you want it in all caps, by the way? Because I can do it in all caps. You guess? Okay. Clown Soup. I mean, that's better for me to pronounce than saying Funplex. I always seem to struggle with that one. But we can call it Clown. I was thinking of calling it Clown Soup. How's that sound, I wonder? Chat, I think that works. We shall call it Clown Soup. What do you think? Eh? Oh, I do so love it. It's perfect. Really? You named it Clown Soup? There are worse things you could have called it. It's kind of catchy though. Nice work, friend. Ha. Thanks, you two. So, how do I get tickets to Max? How can we advertise there? And, how much would all of that cost? I'm still living off pizza bagels, you know? You mean you don't already have your tickets? She forgot that it existed. How does she... I don't know. But I mean, also, I have to get Anime Boston tickets, and I don't even know if those are already on sale, or if they're, like, I don't know what that situation is. But that is in more months than this is in universe. They sell out, like, on day 1, my friend. Actually, they sell out in about 20 minutes on day 1, and all the hotel rooms are gone way sooner. What? No! My greatest plans foiled. Beep beep. Marshy, while you were all talking, I located all the scalpers who were selling tickets online at exorbitant prices. Then I hacked into their IP addresses, found less than tasteful information on a couple of them, which would make their lives very difficult if it got out into the open. After contacting them, I promised I wouldn't leak such sensitive materials into the internet in exchange for selling us the tickets at their original prices. And they gladly obliged. Such nice humans. I transferred the funds from your account to theirs and secured the tickets. You should be getting an email for 2 max tickets in approximately 3, 2, 1. Done! Oh, and I suggest you invite Juniper to come along as your second. According to Juniper's Iris, she's very stressed from her job and could use a mini vacation. Okay, but, Iris? That's kind of known as blackmail. What you just did is technically very, very illegal. Hello, Yippeee Johnson Nation. Don't worry, Marshy. I erased all possible leads back to you. You'll be fine. And it's all in the name of helping the Funplex, isn't it? Just like you wanted me to do? Well, Iris has been dedicating herself to this event. I couldn't be doing it without her. Even if we need to have another talk about human ethics. Yippeee Johnson, by the way, we just started the chapter. I didn't delete my save on accident this time. Right now we're getting ready to go to a big convention to advertise an event which is called Clown Soup for the arcade. So look forward to that, and we'll get to hang out with some people. And we just blackmailed scalpers to get tickets. Love that. Curious. Yeah. Everything in this game is very interesting. Fine, but next time let's do it without any federal crimes, okay? Okay, it's a promise. Regardless, hey, tickets! Now you can go, sweet! And I'm not gonna pity a few cold-hearted, bloodthirsty ticket scalpers myself. Those guys ruin events like Max. Also, while I was procuring your tickets, I stumbled across the Funplex's Facewall account. It hasn't been updated in exactly 13 weeks, 2 days, 14 hours, and 54 seconds. The Funplex's social media presence is completely non-existent. Wait, we have a Facewall account? I mean, that does make sense, but still, I had no clue of its existence. I sorta run it. I'm really bad at keeping up on it, though. That sounds like it would be Gavin's thing. Why isn't he in charge of it? Ha ha ha! Gavin couldn't care less about social media. He says that, and I quote, "Social media is where idiots go to yell at each other about nothing of any importance, and I'm not gonna waste my time with it." That also sounds like Gavin. Yep, and Francine is too old to understand the importance of social media. Naomi is way too busy with all her beloved games, so it fell into my hands. Which, as Iris stated, I haven't been doing a great job at it. Well, we should take advantage of it for this. We can use the Facewall account to spread the word of Clown Soup. You're completely right. I should work harder at it. Or if you want, you could take over. As the event manager, that'd make sense. Okay, chat. Are we gonna take over the Funplex's Facewall, or let Ashley do it? Also, while you're at it, let me know what you thought of my Ashley as Gavin impression. Big choice here. Do it. If there's no further, sure, okay. We will take over it. Just look at Teo's smile. I really should take on this responsibility. It can only benefit the Funplex, and Ashley's right, getting the word out is part of being an event manager. Right, I got this. Ashley, can you email me the login info? Yep and yep. Ashley pulls out her phone and fiddles with it for a minute. Login get. Congratulations, you're the new owner of our social media accounts. Huzzah, the power is all mine. Mine! Ashley, are you guys sure you want to give Marshy this much power? If the fact that he threw his head back and cackled isn't sign enough, I don't know what else is. That is so character accurate. That's so Marshy. Literally. Not throwing your head back and cackling. I'm not worried one bit. Excellent. Marshy, I can help the Funplex keep up with Facewell too. I can program timed posts and use effective keywords to get the most out of each post. SEO is one of my many, many talents. That'd be helpful, actually. Just, don't break any laws. Exactly what happened when you were elected corresponding secretary. That sounds right. I can picture it. Understood. Do I have permission to access your contacts on Facewell? Sure. And there. I've sent out notifications to everyone on your friends list and your friends' friends list about Clown Soup. That was fast. Imagine just getting the notification you have been invited to Clown Soup. You don't even know the person who's setting it up. Like, I love that. No joke. One more thing. Your site should have about 75% more images. Did you know that 90% of people prefer looking at pictures online rather than reading? Sometimes I just don't understand you sentient beings. Your iris does make a good point. We should totally come up with a poster for our event. You'd go to Clown Soup, no context needed? Yeah, but you also named it that. I personally would be concerned about something just called Clown Soup, and I didn't know what it was. We can hand them out at Max too. And of course put them up around the arcade. Okay. The arcade isn't too hectic today. Actually, if you can watch the floor, I can go design us a sweet flyer to pass out to the con goers. If I invited you to Clown Soup, you'd go, yeah, but I trust you. I don't trust, like, a friend of a friend if I don't know them. Because Clown Soup is very concerning, a name. It is time to deploy my mad artist skills. Ooh, sounds like a plan. Let's make this the best Max ever. One we will never forget. I think we will never forget it. I spent the rest of the afternoon working hard on having the perfect design for our poster. Well, a design for our poster, at any rate. I don't know why you trust me like that. I don't know if I trust me like that, lol. Well, I think if you trust in Clown Soup, the event, then I believe it would be fine. It might be a little, I don't know. We haven't gotten into any horrible problems yet. Maybe we would find loose bones there too. I don't know. Okay, we're flashing back in. We're at the con. Which brings me back to the stack of papers currently in my arms. Which do not in fact resemble the poster I designed. Oh, I took the liberty of tooting your poster just a little. Oh, I figured out how to get rid of the dialogue box, but it didn't let me look at the poster. And changing the font selection and picking out new clip art and rearranging everything and using a poppier color scheme. But I liked my original design. Marshy, you used Comic Sans and Papyrus. Well, I think those two together, they're brothers. Let them be on the same thing. Comic Sans is cool, right? It looks like a comic book. Gamer nerds love comic books, don't they? And Papyrus was in that movie with the blue cat people aliens everyone loved. Take it from a wannabe visual designer, Comic Sans is a one-way ticket to the uncool zone. But these new flyers are going to pull people in from the four corners of the globe. Okay, well, I don't believe in Juniper because Comic Sans is cool. However, this poster design is pretty sick. I think it'd be better if it just said Clown Soup and then like the address. That would be a really compelling poster. We still can't look at the poster. I just want to look at it. Whatever. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess these are kind of not bad. Pretty good, actually. Okay, they're superior by every conceivable mean. I didn't know you were an artist, Juniper. Oh, I'm not really. I mean, I guess I'm good at pretending to be one, but I couldn't, like, make art for a living, right? I couldn't, Anyway, if that stack isn't enough, I also emailed you a copy of the original file. Just take it to a copy shop or something, and they can run off more. Publishing document get! So, back to the point at hand, getting the information to the masses. Maybe we just start yelling, "Hey, you guys!" Several people turn around and look at us confusedly. Juniper! What? Yelling's probably not the best way to get our word out. And I'm actually still waiting for Ashley and Teo to show up. They promised that they would help me, so I think I'll just hang out until they arrive. As you like, it seems my work here is done. Juniper pulls out her phone and checks it. You Funplex folks fling some flyers. As for me, there's a really cool panel I wanted to attend. How to get your foot in the door of the arcade art industry. I mean, not that I'm seriously thinking about it, just, you know, it's interesting and stuff. Oh, it's starting in 10 minutes. I'll catch up with you at home. Good luck, Marshy. Juniper waves as she trots off. I lose sight of her instantly as she ducks into the crowd. Growing up, I always knew the arcades were amazingly popular, but the reality of it all really didn't stick until being here at Max. Thousands of people all coming together for their love of games. It's actually pretty darn inspiring. I mustered enough courage to wade my way through several hundred people in the main convention hall. Eventually I find a safe space, a humble bench near the water fountains. I make this my home base while I wait for my friends. Since both Teo and Ashley are running late, I have some time to fully take in my surroundings, in a calmer fashion, of course. Everywhere I look, everything I see, it's all steeped in arcade culture. Booths are set up for the major arcade companies, each table vying for the attention of the crowd. Some have spaces set up with stages, flashing lights, and people throwing t-shirts into lines of people. Can we talk about these lines for a second, though? There are lines for everything. Lines to play games, lines to see a panel, lines to eat disgusting convention food, lines for the bathroom. There are even lines to get into other lines. And they all just wait there, standing happily chittering amongst themselves. I have trouble waiting in line for 10 minutes at the whole store for a coffee, let alone waiting in line for 3 hours just to play a game that'll be released in 4 months. These people aren't even human anymore. Their perseverance is godlike. The sensory output here is overwhelming. People are shouting and laughing as they crowd areas. Music pumps out of several different booths, making it a weird mashup of notes and chiptunes. There's even a giant dinosaur that people can take selfies with. As I contemplate how I'm going to attract all these people to Clown Soup, I hear sounds of very loud and very upbeat music from behind me. I feel the bumping of the bass reverberate through my shoes, and I turn around. Marshy! Teo sets down a colossal boombox at his feet. I recognize the music now. It's from Showtime stage, and Teo is bumping his signature song. I would know Teo's signature song anywhere if I knew what it was. Because that's just the kind of person I am. I motion for him to turn down the music and he complies. The last thing I need to do is lose my voice from shouting before I even get the chance to talk to anybody. Hey, hey. Sorry I'm late. I had some last-minute dance moves I had to incorporate into the routine. No worries. I just got here myself. Despite Max's many attempts to trample me, I have survived thus far. Yeah, looks like you are significantly non-trampled. Nicely done. Although, if you were injured, I could always nurse you back to health. Puts fingers together. Don't congratulate me yet. We still have the rest of the day to endure. What's with the boombox, by the way? Oh, this? It's for the Showtime stage gathering. There are going to be a couple hundred of us from all over the world. I didn't realize that there's Showtime stage communities in other countries. We're actually the second biggest community. The largest is in Japan. Several players flew all the way from Tokyo just to be a part of our Showtime stage flash mob. What do we think about Teo's flash mob in the middle of this convention? Do you want to say, is this really the best place for a flash mob? Or, what? Yes, I want to join in. Or, how did you even arrange this? I think, personally, it'd be pretty baller to have a flash mob in a convention, but last one? Alright. A flash mob is no small feat. I can't even begin to imagine the amount of time Teo put into this. Must have been hundreds of hours at least. Impressive. I really hope it turns out fantastic. Me too. I've been planning this for months, and it's taken coordination from all the leaders of the Showtime groups. There's a lot of work from all sides to make this come together. Now all that's left is to actually do it. In fact, Marcia, you should come watch it. I was about to respond when a very elegantly dressed gentleman caught my eye. He wore a black proper tailcoat with an ornate sigil pinned to his breast. Accompanying his suit, he had fashioned himself with white regal gloves. With a cloth draped over his arm, he held tightly onto an antique tea kettle. As he approached, the crowd parted like waves for Moses. There were oohs and ahs from onlookers, and people pulled out their phones to get a quick picture of him. Like the rest of this crowd, I was taken aback at how immaculate this butler was. Absolute perfection. I feel like I had time warped back to the 1800s and about to have tea with royalty. He stepped up to me and Teo gave us a slight bow. Normally this would be ridiculously out of place, but not in an arcade convention. He's a character from a hot fighting game called Melee Maidens. It's all about ninja maids and battle butlers duking it out for the right to serve a fancy party or something. What do we think about this handsome gentleman? We want to say, oh my, I think I'm in love, or tea, Earl Grey, hot, or something's familiar about this butler. Mighty suspicious. Middle? Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna say. This cosplayer is decked out in full butler regalia, teapot and all. I think I'll play along in this charade. Just in time, the dilithium crystals are busted and the replicators are on the fritz. Number 1, make it so. Marshy, it's me. Huh? How does Mystery Butler know my name? Do I have a stalker who's also a butler? What if we work together? Uh-huh. Did Francine hire someone and not tell me about it? How long have Gavin, Naomi, and Ashley? Took you long enough, jeez. The confused look on your face, ha! Priceless. Have you never seen Ashley's crossplay before? Possibly, probably not. What's crossplay? It's when you cosplay as another gender. Oh, okay. Ashley, seriously, you look completely different. I didn't even recognize you. I'm sorry I let you think otherwise for a minute, but it was all in good fun. No worries, it's pretty impressive work. Oh, it's not impressive at all. I mean, I could have done a much better job at sewing the coattails, and I need to be like 5 inches taller, and I didn't go to the gym enough before this. You can't change any of that now, and honestly, it looks fine. Regardless, the cosplay parade is starting soon, and I need to get over there. You should come with me. I wish there was like a cosplay parade. That sounds so good. That sounds so cool. Where is that in my life? At conventions. Hey now, Marcy was going with me to the Showtime stage gathering. Well, whatever Marcy wants to do, it's his choice. Actually, it's Chat's choice, but I don't think the characters know about Chat in our life. That's fair. Either way, it'd be a good opportunity to promote Clown Soup to one crowd or another. So, would you like to come with me to the cosplay parade? Or join me in the flash mob? Okay. Chat, who do we want to hang out with? Do we want to go with Ashley to the cosplay parade or go with Teo to the flash mob? The parade? Yeah. Okay. 1 Ashley point for us. Huzzah! This way! Of course you don't want to be in the flash mob, SMH. Ashley led the way as we weaved between people in the crowd. We traveled through the largest exhibit hall to get to the cosplayer gathering. Ashley had mentioned it was in the Pac-Man theater. Oh, I have it on. Why do I have it on auto? Which meant risking our lives through the most densely packed hall of the entire con. And I thought the main hall was bad, but this was 1,000 times worse. At one point, they announced that the show floor had just opened up, and a huge rush of people came straight for us. It gave me flashbacks to the one time I worked shoe shop retail over the holidays. The horror. The horror! The gamer stampede came straight towards us, wild eyes and groping hands. Ugh, not the groping hands. I thought for sure I was going to get trampled to death. But the last second, Ashley pulled me to safety. You gotta be more careful, Marshy. Don't let go, okay? Ashley grabs a hold of my hand and I squeeze tightly. She leads the way, always looking forward but never letting go. Eventually, after several more attempts of my life through various death by copious amounts of people, we made our way to the Pac-Man theater. The theater was huge, capable of packing in several hundred people. Most of those seats were already taken too, and people were milling about in the auditorium aisles. My floor attendant senses detected this as a fire hazard, but a huge stage had been set up in front of us where normally there'd be a table for the speakers, like in a panel discussion forum. Since the theater is so large, they placed projector screens on either side of the stage, so whatever is happening can be seen by those sitting in the back row. It's safe to assume that this is one of the auditoriums saved for the most popular panels, and now the cosplay parade? Actually, what exactly is a cosplay parade? I'm so glad you asked, Marshy. It's where all the cosplayers get together, line up, and show off their latest creations for the masses on the theater stage up there. Now that I think about it, kind of self-explanatory, right? Sometimes they even give prizes to the best cosplayers, but this one is pretty chill. No prizes? Not even a shiny plastic cup to heft over your head? Ha ha ha, maybe one day. Today we are here to appreciate each other's talents and have fun. Before I can interject again, Ashley runs over to a person dressed as a maid. It looks very uniform to Ashley's butler cosplay. Maybe they're from the same game? Okay, well, Marshy recognized that the character was from the Battle Butler, but doesn't recognize this other character? I don't know. Oh my gosh, I absolutely adore your Mia from Melee Maidens. It's totally cute. And your sword? Incredible. Thank you, I made it from craft foam and Warbler. It only took like 30 hours to do. That's so professional looking, dang. And I can't get over how dapper your Angus is. The details you put into his pocket watch are phenomenal. I actually found the watch at a thrift shop, and then just molded the extra embellishments on with clay. This went on for some time. I felt it would be rude to interrupt Ashley when she's obviously having so much fun being a part of her community. As I continued to chat about making costumes, I noted that more and more cosplayers were filling into the theater. For once in my life, I actually felt uncomfortable wearing my usually comfy as heck hoodie. I felt underdressed compared to all the Melee Maidens cosplayers. Seriously, was this a costume ball or a black tie gala? Not even mentioning the congregation of feathers, capes, prop weapons, and wings. And someone in a giant Moopy costume made out of square foam pixels. Percy would be delighted to see that. He would. That'd be so cute. No, because... never mind. That's so cute. No, like, imagine if you did, like, a couple's cosplay with Percy. That would be very cute. Anyway. Sorry. For all the visual chaos, the vibe remained pretty chill and friendly. Just folks sharing a common joy in dressing up as someone else. Eventually, Ashley parted from her conversation to check on me. Sorry, Marshy. Sometimes I just get so swept up in it all. I get it. Back at the Funplex, you mentioned that you can only see some of your friends here at these cosplay events. Oh yeah, cosplayers travel all over. More than other gaming communities, I bet. Do you know everyone here? Oh no, I mean, I know a good amount of people here. But everyone? Nah. It sure seems like you do. I've seen at least 30 people come up and compliment your butler. Hey, nice Angus, love the tailcoat. Thankies. There, see? See what I mean? You're mega popular. You think we can spin that into some kind of cosplay event at Clown Soup? Hey, great idea. We can have a real cosplay contest. And I'm gonna win. What's this? Competitive Ashley? You've been taking notes from Queen Bee, haven't you? I forgot about Queen Bee. Sorry. What? Don't tell me you saw us practicing in the bathroom the other day. I didn't. But now I can't get that image out of my mind. We ladies gotta stick together. Ladies helping ladies. Our chuckles were interrupted by one of the Max attendants. If you are participating in the cosplay parade, I need you to gather in the backstage green room. I repeat, all cosplayers proceed to the green room. Like a slow herd of brightly colored sheep, Ashley and I moved into the next room to join the rest of the cosplayers. When we got to the front of the line, the attendant stopped me dead in my tracks. Cosplayers only, no handlers unless you are visibly holding up something. Handlers? Oh! Hey, Marshy? Ashley tilts her head as to signal me to step aside. Excuse us, we'll be right back. If you want to be part of the parade, you have to step back. You have to be back here in the next 20 minutes. I step out of line and stand next to Ashley, who is digging through her bag. I was hoping it wasn't going to come to this, but I feel like this is our only option. Now, I've seen this art, and it brings me joy, and I can't wait for you to experience this. Ashley pulls out a surprisingly fancy and elegant maid outfit, then hands it to me. I need you to wear this. Now, chat, are we going to put on the maid outfit so we can be in the cosplay parade with Ashley? Or are we not going to wear the maid outfit? Absolutely. Great. I am made to order. That is the cutest maid outfit I have ever seen. Chat, I wish I had a maid outfit. I think that would complete my life. I think it makes sense for me. Look at all the frills. And I do have some fondness for cute dresses and maids. Ashley, did you bring this specially for me to wear? Yes. Sometimes handlers aren't allowed on the stage, and I needed to make sure I got you on stage with me. So I brought an extra cosplay just in case. That's awesome. Ashley point. I can't wait to try it on and see how I look. Wait, did you say stage? Why are we going up there? Because we need to spread the word about Clown Soup. What better way to do that than on stage in the biggest auditorium at the convention center of Max? Oh. Okay, I'm in. Let's find you someplace where you can change. We made our way to the nearest bathrooms, and I changed into the maid outfit. I struggled to figure out all the clasps and the velcros to what, but Ashley took the time to help me get situated. Once we were done, we headed backstage, which I'd say resembled the Funplex break room, but hey, same purpose, same function. I love that. I was gonna say it looked mighty similar, but Here, the cosplayers lie in wait for the next big show to start, including one particular butler and a newly minted maid. Squee! You look so cute! I wish I looked half as cute as you do in this. But seriously, you are going to have to do this with me more often. You make a perfect Alice. Alice? Right, I forget you know nothing of melee maidens. Alice is the head maid of Neko Manor. Oh, okay. So, Angus, that's me, and Alice, that's you, are siblings fighting alongside each other to prevent other maids and butlers from taking over their estate. They fight for Lady Nice. Or Nice? Oh, and I almost forgot. Ashley pulls out more costume stuff from her pack. This time, it's a set of cat ears and a tail. Alice is a cat girl. What? But you don't have cat ears, and I thought we were siblings. Shh! Spoilers! You don't find out that they're siblings until after you beat Angus's story arc. When the game starts, Angus has amnesia, and after you win, Alice appears and tells you everything. Angus's power is unleashed, and he becomes his old catboy self. It also unlocks an extra skin you can play with, but now we've gotten very far off track. Satisfied? Any more questions? I think that covers it. Ashley fastens the cattail of the back of the maid dress and places the headband on my head. When the costume finalized, I take a long, hard look in the mirror. And wow, look at us. We are so cute. OMG Squid, I'm so cute. That was so we are so cute, look. When are we doing this? When? Seriously, when? When are we? Anyway. This summer, duh. Yeah, when are we doing Ashley from Arcade Spirits and the main character from Arcade Spirits as Angus and Alice from Battle Maidens? Or Melee Maidens. Oh good, Katie and Steph are here. Who? They're a couple of my good cosplay friends, and they are way more talented than me even. And they just so happen to be the MCs for the cosplay parade. Ashley waves over to them and they smile, waving back. I talked with them earlier. After the parade, they'll let us come up on stage and talk about clown soup. Whoa, really? Really? Thank you so much, Ashley. That'll help a ton. Yeah, it helps to know some people sometimes. We found a few other cosplayers who dressed up as other Melee Maidens characters, and we all formed up into a group. Even though we were together, Ashley and I kept to ourselves, save for pleasantries. As we chatted away, the Max attendant came back to give us the final warning before we went on stage. Everyone listen up, we've got 10 minutes before the parade. Make sure you're all ready to go. I think I'm experiencing performance anxiety. My heart rate's increased and I feel flushed. The pressure to look perfect is too much. Ashley, do I look okay? Are my ears on straight? What about the tail? You look fine, trust me. You are the best catgirl maid I've ever seen. I bet you say that to all your cosplay friends. I don't. Honest. Well, I think that your, what did you call it, crossplay? It's fantastic. Why did you choose to crossplay as Angus anyway? I would have expected you to be one of the other fancy maids. You would have made a cute maid too. Marshy, do you have a maid fetish? What? No, never. Maybe. I crossplay because that's what makes me feel most comfortable. At first I dressed up as various boys because I adored those characters so much, you know? But the more I did it, the more I had fun with it. The more I began to feel like me. And then I wanted to do it more and more. Maybe get off my back, Ashley. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what that means in relation to who I am, and that's the confusing part. But I guess it's all part of the journey about finding out more about myself. I know it's hard to understand, but just know that I'm working on being happy with myself. And one day I'll be able to put into words what I'm feeling. But until then, I'll enjoy the ride. I see. I hope I didn't pressure you into oversharing just now. I wouldn't have shared it if I didn't feel comfortable with you. I mean this with all my heart. You are a cherished friend. Well, gosh, thanks, Ashley. I really appreciate the trust you put in me. I won't let you down. Cosplayers, the time is nigh. Once again, the attendant started barking orders at us. We all shuffled into another line, like how we were told to do earlier, and slowly we all began filing out of the room. The closer we got to the stage doors, the more I feel the nerves creep in. We're next. Melee Maidens Group. Go. Now. Ashley looks over at me, just beaming. This is her life, her everything. Take a deep breath, Marshy. I close my eyes, taking in as much air as I can. I hold it in for a long moment before exhaling. I open my eyes slowly and take a step into the Pac-Man theater and onto the stage. I'm following Ashley, who is following the rest of the Maid and Butler crew. Once all of us are on stage, the MCs announce us as the Melee Maidens Group. As I look out in front of us, I can see a completely packed theater. It's hard to make out specific faces due to the stage lights, but I can see the outline of hundreds of people. A rush of adrenaline surges through my body, and I look over to Ashley. A proper butler, she takes each step with purpose and elegance. She isn't breaking character for anything. Not all the cheers in the audience, not all the people smiling and laughing around her. She is Angus, and she's owning it. The announcers ask us to strike a pose on 3, 2, 1. What pose are we doing? Are we going to do like a fighting pose, a coy flirting pose, or a polite curtsy? Fighting pose. I bring up my fists, ready for some fisticuffs. Not that I've ever taken a martial arts class, but I've seen enough martial arts games to know some basic style. Ashley point. We finish holding our poses long enough for everyone in the audience to get a good amount of pictures of us. And once a sufficient amount of snaps have been snapped, an MC instructs us to stay on the stage, passing Ashley a microphone for the big clown soup announcement. Thank you, everyone! It means so much to us that you could join my sister Alice and I here at Necco Manor. As you know, we adore organizing exorbitant galas at Lady Neace's estate. However, Alice and I are planning a very extravagant event at a very extravagant location. Go on, Alice, tell them everything. Ashley hands the mic to me. Watching her never break character has inspired me to play along too. That's right, Angus. Next weekend we'll be hosting a costume contest at Francine's Arcade Funplex at the Twin Pines Mall. It's all part of Clown Soup, along with a Fist of Discomfort tournament, a world record attempt on Moopy's Magical Maze, and the reveal of a rare and mysterious game. Oh my! First time the public will have seen it? You know it, brother. This isn't the event to miss. It'll be the most noteworthy event of the season. And remember, this is a private affair, so please, only tell your closest friends. Ashley winks to the audience before bowing. Another rush of cheers fill the theater as we walk off stage for a second time. The MCs give their closing words and dismiss the audience. As people begin exiting the auditorium, I feel my phone vibrate in my hidden dress pocket. At first it was just a couple vibrations, but before I could realize what was happening, my phone starts seizing. What the? I pulled my phone from my pocket and saw that the Funplex's face wall had over 1,000 shiny new lights. No, really, what the heck? The cosplay parade is a huge part of every Max and generates thousands of photos and articles online. Also, it was being live streamed. Ashley, you failed to mention that part. Well, you seemed so nervous and I didn't want to make it worse. And that act you pulled now just generated a 700% increase of traffic on our site. I also gobbled up some paid keywords, so if anyone posts about cosplay at Max, they will see an ad for Clown Soup. Pretty genius, right? It's like when you click on images of maid outfits while you're surfing on the internet, And then you see an ad for buying one right on your face wall. Oh, it looks like you finally got one. Bwah! Busted! Iris, stop looking at my browser history. But that's deeply embedded within my program. Fine, just keep that private, okay? Done. Quickly, I scanned my own face wall, and even people I knew who weren't arcaders were talking up a storm about it. I could also hear cosplayers discussing it as we waited for the auditorium to clear out. I can't wait till next weekend. That clown soup thing sounds like a blast. I am totally going to that Funplex place. Do I want to wear my next cosplay there? Marshy, we did it! I had lots of help from you too, Ashley. Don't count yourself out. We make a pretty great team. It was great to hear all the buzz around the cosplay community, and Iris really helped with the social media aspect. I can't believe it was that easy. I mean, tiring, but easy. That was great fun and all, but I'm completely exhausted. Me too. I need a break from all this. Some time to collect my thoughts and rest my eyes from all those flashing lights. I'm still seeing spots. You hear that Gavin and Naomi are running a pop-up arcade for the Funplex? A bunch of other local arcades are doing the same over in Hall B. It might be worth stopping by there for a breather with some friends. And make sure they aren't slacking. That sounds like a solid plan. You want to come with me? Not quite yet. I need to do some touch-ups on my makeup. How about I meet you there later? Great. See you soon. I wave bye to Ashley as I make my way towards the restrooms to get changed back into my usual clothes for the time being. And then it's off to Exhibit Hall B, on the lookout for Gavin's serious face or Naomi's kind one. Okay, I'm actually going to take a quick break so I can get some more water. I hope there's music, but before we get into the rest, I'm just going to take a break. Okay, I'm back. I've got more water to coat my throat after all the talking. So let's get back into it. Alright. Hope you enjoyed Ashley's cosplay event. I haven't actually done that before. I guess both times I went with Teo. Probably I think the first time because I wanted to, between the two of them, and then the second time because I was actually on Teo's route, so I kind of had to. But it was interesting seeing Ashley's thing, because I never really spent much time with her in either of my playthroughs. So that was certainly interesting. And I definitely love seeing the maid outfit. Okay. Let's see. Exhibit Hall B. It very much resembles Exhibit Hall A, where I started my day. Industry types, dealers, swag, crowds. But there's definitely more actual arcade games here, as local places have set up pop-up arcades all over the place. It's hard to notice the smaller displays with a giant, garish Deco's Palace display eating up the center. But I managed to crawl my way around the edges to find... OMG. Well now, pretty much everyone else in the crew, save for Francine. I thought Gavin wasn't here. Surprise, well he's covered by chat, but he's there. You can tell. Teo and Ashley are still off hanging out with their respective communities. I've got some time. Maybe I can bend someone's ear. Meanwhile... Let's see. What's everybody doing right now? Okay. I mean, I think I have an idea on who we're going to talk to, but do we want to talk to Gavin, Naomi, Percy, or Queen Bee? I don't remember. I think I probably played with Percy both times, so I guess that makes sense. Right? I don't know. To be honest, I don't remember. I don't remember this section. Okay, well, we're going with Gavin. I mean, we're on the Gavin route, of course. OMG, he's not bald from my thing anymore. Wow. Almost as if I fixed it on purpose not to cover his head. Gavin's poking his way through various arcade industry news feeds. More closures of local arcades, more buyouts by Deco. Dire news as usual. Gavin, I am here to take you away from the dreariness for a life of adventure. Come on, at least be a little excited. Pardon, distracted. One moment. Right, you have my attention, Marshy. Enjoying Max? Don't worry about us. Naomi and I can handle promoting the Funplex itself while you're out promoting Clown Soup. And while I'm sure we're all working very hard, I seriously need a break, and I'm guessing you do too. Wanna talk? I suppose it'd be nice to distract myself, and we rarely get a free moment for any sort of team building, do we? Very well. I can allocate you a few minutes of my time. So, tell me about yourself, for starters. I mean, we work together and you like pinball, I guess. I barely know anything about you beyond that. I suppose we have been remiss in exchanging such pleasantries, especially as we've been getting to know each other better. Very well. Where would you like to start, precisely? At the start? I mean, why the arcade exactly? Because it's a losing prospect. Don't misunderstand me. I'd love for it not to be a losing prospect, and honestly, I'm pleased you're stepping up to help with that. I suppose, well, you know I like to bring order to chaos. Just like pinball, it requires a degree of finesse, alongside a degree of luck. Two factors my family simply does not understand. Oh, we don't have to get into family stuff if you don't want to. No. It'd go a long ways to explaining how I came to be where I am. It's fine. I suppose the best standalone example would be my father, constantly reminding me how he came from nothing and made himself into a business success, a gold standard. Except it's a lie. His father came from nothing, not him. Society wasn't exactly, let's say, advantageously arranged for the Coopers. In my grandfather's era, he had even more societal setbacks to deal with than usual, simply due to the color of his skin. We've made great progress on such issues since the early 19XX. Not a solved equation, not by far, but quite daunting during his particular chunk of history. Despite that, with ridiculously hard work and a bit of cleverness, my grandfather recognized the technology sector as the right place to be at the right time, and began his work there. He carved out a good life for his family, and gave back to his community. His children would have the best schooling, the best home life, all the resources and comforts one needs to get a head start in life. Which, unfortunately, led to our family also becoming the absolute definition of class privilege. Bit of a double-edged sword. My grandfather worked himself to death to give my father a makeshift golden parachute, but my father trivializes that to make himself look like a self-made man. He gives my grandfather no credit for any of it. My brothers and sisters, also supposedly self-made men and women, despite taking daddy's seed money to buy their own businesses, each and every one. If you ever wanted a shining example of mediocrity gone wild, look no further than the Cooper family. You could shatter a diamond with the power of our hubris. Now, I didn't realize he didn't like his sister Grace. She's in New Challengers. Whatever. I guess I haven't really talked to her a lot there. Interesting. He pauses, biting his lip slightly. Apologies. Going off on a rant, aren't I? What do we say to Gavin in this moment in time? It's okay, you can let your feelings out, or hypocrisy and injustice don't suit your rationality, or have you ever told them how you feel? What do we think, gamers? Top. It's okay, Gavin. You're clearly feeling hurt by this. I don't mind if you want to vent. I've got two perfectly good shoulders to cry on. I'm not quite that far gone, thank you. I appreciate the offer, but it's more the lunacy of my family's pride that grates on me, which is why I left home, to strike out on my own. You must think me daft turning down my family's wealth and taking up a position as an accountant of a small family arcade. But I saw it as a challenge, a chance to be my own man like my grandfather before me. The world gave him nothing, he came from nothing, but through hard work and determination, he did it, he overcame. And while my brothers and sisters brought up tech companies, mashing their projects together, then flipping them on the market once the value increased, I sought to take a failing enterprise, make it succeed, and stay with it. I'm not a love it and leave it man when it comes to business. I will overcome in my own way. So, that's me in a nutshell. A child of means who rejected those means and embraced a dream of embraced the dream of madness. Does this suffice for your getting to know you needs, Marshy? I'm left bewildered for a moment. I'd been expecting light small talk, not a backstory plus mission statement. And honestly, I hadn't expected the accountant of a video arcade to be, well, born to a high tax bracket, a bit like the surprise of Percy's wealth. But one question lingers. So, you went to college, right? For business and accounting, yes. Right, and no student loans, and well, you had clothes on your back in a nice house in a nice neighborhood, I'm guessing. Meaning you aren't exactly starting from zero. Yes, I know, it's not exactly the ideal start for one on a quest to prove his well-to-do father wrong. I realize I'm a bit of a fool. I'll admit to that. I certainly enjoyed the head start that wealth and gradual societal change can provide. I can never truly claim to be a wholly self-made man to the same degree. And I don't consider rejecting the family wealth an insult to my grandfather's efforts. I consider it an insult to my father, who lies and boasts and claims this was all his own doing. So while I cannot truly start from zero as my grandfather did, I intend to be as much my own man as I can be, to honor his legacy in my own way. And that will have to do. Dang, that brought down the mood. Time for me to lighten it up again. Okay. Do we want why the arcade exactly? All the pinball you can play? Or why not buy the arcade outright? Call it the Gavinplex of Gavinness. To be honest, I like Gavinplex of Gavinness. And I think that's something we should keep in mind. Or did you join the Funplex because of your family's background in tech? Last one. Also, what are you thinking of the Gavin backstory so far? Is it changing your opinions or anything? Let me know. You mentioned your family has always worked in the tech sector. Is that what got you interested in video games? Nah, it's solid. Okay, I'm glad you're still on the Gavin train of Gavinness. I'm afraid the answer is far more mundane. I asked my iris what job positions were open which met my requirements, and picked this at random. Bet your iris is tickled pink that she landed you your dream job. Iris is a cloud-based computing algorithm. She is not tickled pink or any other color for that matter. But at any rate, I wouldn't say my siblings know anything about tech. They buy up tech companies, order their underlings to try to smash unrelated projects together, then sell the whole thing off. The rich get richer, and the engineers get pink slips. Plenty of companies have gone under on their watch. Funware, Dynamic Systems, Retrowave, Sinuslotion. Okay, I get it. Wait, where have I heard that company name before? Almost as if I had a hard time pronouncing it last time, but now I'm more confident about it. Anyway, I intend to build something that lasts, not simply leverage the Funplex to increase my personal wealth. And I believe I've bent your ear about socioeconomic philosophy more than enough. Undoubtedly, this has been the most boring conversation of your entire life, and for that, I apologize. It's fine. I said I wanted to get to know you. This is getting to know you. And as fair is fair, I think you should get to know me. Quid pro quo. I tell him about my happy childhood, my unhappy adolescence. I tell him about the fall of the Mello family, and of Juniper pulling me out of the ashes. I tell him about what was really going on in my head on day one of the Funplex, and even about Juniper's secret job offer. Wow, that's a lot of backstory. He listens attentively. At first I think he's ignoring me, just nodding along as he says nothing in return. Wow, we stand an active listener. But no, he's absorbing it, analyzing it. And now you're fighting. Fighting for your dream, fighting for the Funplex, just like me. That about sums it up, yes? Very well. Consider your dream under my protective umbrella. I'll fight for your dream as well, with all my heart. I know I haven't been the best at protecting Naomi's dream. I know I make mistakes, but I'm trying to improve, Marshy, to be a better person. I trust that if I ever accidentally step on your dream, you will let me know, with honesty and clarity. Do not hold back. Don't be afraid to hurt my feelings. Wouldn't dream of it. Then we have an accord. Now then, I know it's a fun-flavored weekend of recreational activity, but we're both here to work, first and foremost, yes? I suppose I'd best get back to that, but I won't forget what we've discussed. Thanks, Gavin. Gavin gets back to his work, and I get back to mine, all for the glory of the Funplex and our dreams. My current status, sitting. And enjoying it. It took a few minutes of searching and stalking, but eventually I found an open seat in the pop-up arcade. While the sit is satisfying, the rest of everything else is miserable. My feet are sore from walking all over, and I don't remember the last time I ate. I feel dehydrated and I don't have a slight headache from all the noise. Oh, I have a slight headache from all the noise. And there are still 4 more hours of max left. Oh, if Gavin saw me in my current state. Leaning back, arms at my side, completely exhausted. I can picture it clearly. He'd be looming over me with his dark, unfettered eyes. He would lean in close and frown. Grumbling, he'd say, "Marshy, may I remind you, these seats are for patrons only." I audibly sighed, just thinking about it. I don't think that's true. I think we have a different thing in mind when thinking of Gavin. But anyway. As luck would have it, though, Gavin and Naomi are huddled over the Galaga cabinet, trying to figure out why the monitor's not working. Freedom. My buns are experiencing the best freedom has to offer. And while my body feels like it could collapse at any moment, I feel good about it. Right? Getting the word out about clown soup was great. Seeing people's face light up with excitement is why I'm really here. Plus, spending time with Ashley was an added bonus. She certainly got passion to spare. I smiled to myself. The pain in my heels and the grumbling in my tummy. Worth it. While enjoying the respite, I let my eyes close for a moment. And of course, the second I do that, I hear footfalls closing in. There you are, Marshy. We've been looking all over for you. But we were specifically going to meet up back here, at the Funplex Pop-Up Arcade. Yes, but we didn't expect you to be tucked in the darkest corner of the arcade. I'm hiding from Gavin. He'll put me to work if he sees me. Hiding behind the pinball machines is probably not the smartest choice then. You know how much he loves pinball. Every spare moment he thinks no one is watching him is spent getting that high score. I have so many candid pictures of my phone of him playing pinball. You have to show me, like, right now. Haha, yes, his concentration face is so cute. Before I can even react, Ashley has her phone out and is scrolling through pictures of Gavin. Both look up at me guiltily. Don't we have more important matters? Max is over in a few hours and we will have a lot of work left to do. You're right, Marshy. Please don't tell Gavin. Your secret is safe with me. Also, I may need to look at those later. For science. Yep, for science. Got it. Right, so business time. I think I got something. Now, chat, do we think, like, the non-employees of the Funplex are getting paid to advertise here? I don't really understand the stakes. Also, why was there the whole point of us having to buy the ticket if we're going with the arcade? As a vendor. I don't know. I didn't write this. Go on. I have a friend, and she's an indie arcade developer. The new title she's been working on is amazing. It's got co-op, it's got competition, it's got magical schoolgirls. Now you're talking. It's got it all. Wait, I'm pretty sure I've heard of this game. Is it called Magical Moon Cuties? Yeah, that's the one. And she's thinking about premiering it at Clown Soup. Oh my gosh, it would be cooler than cool. It sounds interesting enough. Might make for another fun game for people to play. Definitely. My friend is somewhat renowned in the indie scene, and the game's been in development for years. I'm sure it would create some buzz, at least. Are you kidding, Teo? We'd be the talk of the arcade world. I do like being the talk of world-sized things. Let's go check it out. I stand up, invigorated by that news. As I start walking back towards the hall with Teo, I hear a call from behind me. Wait! I turn around and see Ashley standing there fidgeting. Her green eyes are darting back and forth nervously. Ashley? I, too, have a plan. She motions for us to come back towards her, which we do. What's your idea, Ashley? She puts an arm around Teo and the other one around me, huddling the three of us together. So what I'm proposing might not be the most legal course of action. Do I even want to know? You've seen the huge monitors hanging from the ceiling in the middle of all the major halls, right? How could I miss them? They're constantly bombarding us with ads and false hopes of high-quality convention food. No matter how amazingly tempting that $9 hot dog looks on the big screen, don't even think about it. Exactly my point. Everyone is looking at it. I know a way to sneak into the back area. All we have to do is break into the main communication center and upload the flyer Marshy made into the rotation. You want to do what? Shh! Keep your voice down, Teo. Unless you want to get arrested for being an accomplice. It's a genius plan. Everyone at the Max will see our name in lights. Okay, so yeah, that's a less than legal way of getting the word out, but I have to admit you've got me intrigued. And it would definitely work, but I don't know. Trust me. Of course, we need to go in disguise. I'm already nicely disguised, but Marshy would need to switch into something way more distracting. Why more distracting, exactly? To distract from your face, of course. Are we putting on the maid outfit again? I mean, it's a very good face. Why would anyone want to be distracted from it? I know I certainly wouldn't. What I'm trying to say is people will remember the costume, not the person wearing it. Which means... Maid Marshy rides again! I knew it. I knew it. Come on, you did so great on stage. Think of this as your encore. How about it? Let's not forget about Magical Moon Cuties. It's a valid alternative. Both options are valid, honestly. Splashy advertising would certainly drive foot traffic, even if getting it up there would be dodgy. Importantly, Iris could help us do it safely, without anyone noticing. Safer than Ashley going off on her own to try this inadvisable stunt. But a highly anticipated indie title might do the trick, and result in far less jail time. Okay, chat. What are we going to do to get our advertising out there? Are we going to go get the indie game with Teo, or put on the maid outfit and try and get our thing on the big screen with Ashley? Both good options, so whatever we feel. It is weird that they chose these two again, but I guess that makes sense because we had last chapter with Naomi and Gavin. We had a few different things with them. Okay, you'll leave it up to me. Well, if you're leaving it up to me, we're gonna go with Teo. Sorry, you gave me the option, is the thing. Ashley, you got this. You don't need any help from me. Honestly, I don't feel like getting carted off to jail today. It's not on my scheduled agenda. And also, I feel like in real life, we would rather talk to an indie dev than try and do something illegal. Plus, I'm pretty sure Ashley can handle breaking and entering all by herself. I also think that's true. And yes, I do realize how wrong that sounds, even in my own head. I bet you've seen plenty of heist anime, so much that you can sneak into the Natural History Museum and steal the world's biggest Fabergé egg in the middle of the day. I got like 12 bobby pins holding this wig on. I won't let you down. I know you won't, and please try to be careful. Ashley smiles wildly before prancing off into a crowd of arcade folk. You can stop worrying, Marshy. Ashley knows exactly what she's doing. That's why I'm worried. Haha, fair enough. Well, shall we go see a lady about an indie game? We shall. I wish that was me back there. I've got to go to the mall and play Pump It Up sometime. Especially because I got rid of Project Diva, and it makes me so sad. But I've got to play Pump It Up. As we left the pop-up and traveled deep into the halls of Max, people kept stopping us to say hello to Teo. We'd be happily on our merry little way and then get interrupted by a random person. Oh man, it's Teo! How you doing? Great, but hey, we are on our way to meet with someone. Let's catch up later. Cool, great laters. Cool, laters. Sorry, my reading comprehension is not the greatest. And this happened every couple minutes. Walking through the convention floor was like walking through a field of landmines, where instead of explosions, it was uncomfortable introductions to people I will probably never see again. Eventually, Teo leads me back to a section of arcade games hidden behind all the major companies' booths, near where he held his dance flash mob, which we weren't there at, so I don't know why we would know where it is. What they set up here is mostly reminiscent of the rest of Max. Arcade cabinets are closely lined up side by side, making several aisles for gamers to aimlessly wander down. I would have expected to be more used to pushing my way through throngs of crowds by now, but nope. Teo and I force our way through huddled masses of chittering conversations. As I look around at all the different arcade games that surround us, I notice something's off. There are exactly 0 titles that I actually recognize. No Dig Dug, Gauntlet, nor Street Fighter. Not even a hint of a pinball game. I was starting to get concerned. Teo, where in Max are we? This is the Indie Mega Arcade. That sounds incredible. I want to go to the Indie Mega Arcade. Well, originally they called it the Indie Mega Arcade Expo, but then IMAX sued them. The what? That didn't explain anything to me. What are all these weird games? I understand nothing. If you'll hush those alluring lips of yours for a second, puts fingers together, I'd be more than happy to explain. We've known Teo for like 2 weeks. No, it's been 2 weeks since the beginning. I don't know. Not very long. And we've had like 4 conversations with him. But anyway. No. Oh, Teo, I believe the best way to hush my lips is with yours. This is true. Which is exactly what I wish I was brave enough to say. Well, Marshy's into Gavin, but whatever. We can, I don't know. Gavin's not here right now. This Gavin is not in the room. But instead, the sloppy words that fell from my mouth were, okay, I'm hushing now. Totally and completely hushed. Thanks, love. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. The Indie Mega Arcade is a huge area of Max that showcases all the new and upcoming indie arcade games. Oh, I just realized why it's not Percy and Queen Bee in this chapter. Or who have like an extra thing. Okay. Because I was confused. And I also I don't remember what chapter their stuff is in. But that makes sense. Makes dollars and cents. Indie developers get a chance to show off their stuff, get useful feedback, and maybe get a few people interested in their game along the way. That's the dream of the indie dev, to make a game that people enjoy playing. I really don't know much about the indie arcade scene, admittedly. Working at the Funplex offers me a crash course in arcade culture. Every day I'm learning about completely new aspects. It does make perfect sense to have an indie game scene. I just never realized that it existed. It's pretty amazing, actually. A community of people who share ideas and a passion. Can't afford mass production runs of games, but they've got a lot of heart, you know? They can't crank out a box for every arcade on Earth, but indie developers are free to make whatever type of game they want. No pressure from a big name company either. Complete and utter creative freedom. Really, anyone can make a game if you put your mind to it. In fact, I bet even you, Marshy, can make an arcade game. What say you? If we made an arcade game, what would it be like? Are we going to say my game would be spectacular? Or don't we have other things to focus on right now? Or yeah, I've toyed with the idea. If I had a game, it would be sticky business, probably. My game would be great. What type of game would you make given the opportunity? Or I'd make a visual novel. So I would either make Arcade Spirits or I would make Sticky Business. I don't really have original ideas. Anyway, I've always been the idea guy. Ever since I was a kid, I've been dreaming up game ideas. Like the zombie-themed fighter or a train-driving racer. I got tons of them, just waiting to be turned into a fully fledged game. Ideally an RPG, but more likely a visual novel. I mean, visual novels are easy to make. You could make one. And it would look really good. I used to draw out intricate arcade game levels on paper too. Being surrounded by hardworking individuals at the Funplex only enriched that fantasy. I mean, I can't code or draw, but I can always dream up new ideas. Teo, you don't even know. I've got so many ideas swimming in my head for a game. Oh, yeah? What would you make first? I would make... Okay, another choice. Well, I mean, you just said your thing. But for these 3 options, a romance game, a super cute puzzle game. Oh, I'd love to make a super cute puzzle game. or a roguelike, procedurally generated open-world twin-stick platformer with loot boxes. The bottom. Designing a unique concept smacks of effort. How about we just jam a bunch of buzzwords together? What about a run and gun game where you jump on platforms in a world that is randomly generated every time with a nostalgic pixel art style? You say you don't know anything about the indie scene, but I feel like this is literally every other game I've ever played. So, it works, doesn't it? But passion is key. Still, I like it. Well, if you ever get super bored of being an arcade event manager, I can hook you up with all the proper people to launch your second career. What do you mean? Oh, I have some friends who make arcade games for a living, such as the one we're about to talk to right now. The story inconsistency. Some friends? As soon as I said it, I became overtly aware of the situation. Since we stepped foot into the Indie Mega Arcade, people have been waving and nodding to Teo, not to mention all these people stopping us on the way to get over here. I'd say more than some friends, you're a popular guy. What? Come on, that's silly. He waves his hand, waving off the very notion that I know to be true. Everyone knows who he is, and I had no idea. Teo's always been such a crowd pleaser at Showtime stage, but I guess his popularity spread to all facets of his life. Dance champion and indie arcade scene champion, huh? I try to keep my friend circles pretty separate. Sometimes it's not always perfect and they tend to overlap, like at max. But hey, it's got upsides. All my friends are here. The biggest downside to max is it's just so hard to see everyone. I never get to spend enough time with them, I got friends here in the Indie Mega Arcade. I got my Funplex crew. I got the dancing community. I just can't see them all. And when I can't see them, I feel like I let them down. I hate having to choose between them. Once again, I have failed my friends. It's surprising anyone still talks to me anymore. Teo sighs heavily. His mood shifted from excitement to utter solace. The cool, collected Teo is showing a side I've not seen yet. I guess he's able to experience emotion other than joy. Confirmed, Teo is not a joy robot. But this isn't right. How am I getting new dialogue? Because I can't skip it, which means I haven't seen this before, but I've done this option 2 times, I believe. Both times I've done this. I don't know where this is coming from, is the thing. I don't know what I could have possibly done to not have triggered this. I don't know. Sad Teo is worse Teo. As his friend, I must fix this. Okay, what are we saying to cheer up Teo? You can't please everyone, or allow me to boost your ego, or you haven't let me down. What are we saying to this sad, handsome man? With horrible taste in fashion. Top. Teo puts too much pressure on himself. With the amount of people he knows, it's physically impossible to see everyone. There is literally no way you can meet and hang out with every single person you know. If you had given 15 minutes time to the amount of people I've seen you say hello to, it would take you an entire day to get through them. You exaggerate. Teo, if there's one thing you can be sure of, it's that Marshy doesn't exaggerate. I only observe and state the objective facts. Usually. It's tough only seeing the people you care about every once in a while, but you've been doing a great job. I've seen so many of your friends stop and say hello to you. Plus, they completely understood when you told them you were busy. Not one left without a smile on their faces. They really care about you. You know what, Marshy? You're right. The more I hang out with Teo, the more I learn about him. It's always something new and something unexpected. And the more I want to get to know him. Let's bring this back around to why we're here. How did you get involved in the indie arcade scene anyway? Through Michelle, the indie developer I want you to meet. I met her a few years ago at a previous Max. I was hanging out with my crew near the dancing games, and she stopped by to play around. Since she was new to the scene, I struck up a conversation with her. Much like when I met you. Ah, so there was plenty of flirting then. Probably, to be honest. Teo was just that kind of guy. I cannot help myself when surrounded by such beautiful, wonderful people. But you, Marcy, are by far the most incredible person to waltz into my life. Again, we've only known him for like 2 minutes here. I am a puddle, I just melted to the max show floor. That is also true. Someone please call Life Alert. I've fallen and I can't get up. I think we need to get our story straight. This is our Gavin run. Jeez. Must regain composure. And Michelle makes indie arcade games? She's only one of the coolest and most prolific arcade developers in the industry today. She's worked on several big-name indie games, and when she's not working, she's speaking all over the world about arcade development. Color me impressed. Sounds like Michelle is the sort of influential person who could really help with Clown Soup. She really is. I'm what now, Mateo Alvarez? Ooh, we got the full name out here. How fancy. Oh, Michelle, only the worst person I've ever met. As to be expected by somebody of your caliber. I love how we actually got like a fully rendered sprite for her, because most characters don't get like fully shaded and everything. But she got it, which is pretty cool. Ha ha ha, touche. I was just looking for you, by the way. Well, I'm glad I found you then. What's on your mind? I wanted to introduce you to Marcy. Nice to meet you. Marcy is emotionally invested in Gavin, but he is also generally down bad. Yeah, I mean, we did make that choice. So, but I don't regret it. The pleasure is mine. It took me a second, but Michelle totally looks like, oh, uh-oh. You aren't perchance also a federal agent. This is it. I'm doomed. It was a setup. I'm about to be renditioned to a CIA black site. Who, me? No way. Although my sister, well, I can neither confirm nor deny what she does for a living. I see, okay, that makes sense. Gotcha. I'ma shut up now and focus on arcade stuff. I think what Marcy's trying to say is that you seem to have a very confident and authoritative expression, that's all. Yep, that's exactly what I meant. Got it on the nose. Thanks, Teo. Sure, okay. Let's go with that. Anyway, I spoke with Teo earlier in the day, and he told me you had a business proposition. Consider me all ears. Allow me to elaborate. Marcia here was recently appointed as the event manager for the Funplex. Congrats! That's the cute little mom and pop place where Teo gets his groove on, right? I would categorize it as a more like a grandma and grandpa kind of arcade. It's not the fanciest one out there, but it's got heart. I like an arcade with a good heart. It reminds me of my youth. The good old days, when you walk into your home away from home, quarter up, and enjoy the company. But I digress, getting too swept up in memories. Tell me more about the proposal. Marcy's putting on a special event at the Funplex called Clown Soup. It's a celebration of the arcade scene. Oh, I will. Oh. We're gonna have high score competitions, esports stuff, mystery game reveals, the works. I'm going all out on it. And Teo, I take it you're doing a dance event as well? He is, but it'd be great if we could add one more thing to the list. Maybe the premiere of a new indie game? Like gasp! Could you possibly mean my game, Magical Moon Cuties? If you'll allow us the honors. Have I given you the elevator pitch yet? All I know is there are magical schoolgirls and I'm intrigued. It's a competitive, cooperative puzzle game where people have to work together to match all the magical orbs before their opponents can. Think 3-player magical drop, but with combo attacks. Everyone plays as a different adorable magical schoolgirl, hence the cuties part. That sounds better than the last time I heard it. Right? I'm pretty excited to share Magical Moon Cuties to the world. I've mostly been doing some very selective demos for media outlets today, but so far the general public hasn't been allowed to play it. I'm looking for the perfect place and time to release it. Big publicity would mean I might land a manufacturing contract or publisher, so I could do a wide release. Clown Soup might be a good choice for that, but I'm gonna need a little more convincing. What else you got? Okay, Marshy, don't blow this. Well, how are we gonna convince her? You could say you're connected with Teo, or it's all about the heart of the arcade, or think of all the exposure you'll get. I would love to play Magical Moon Cuties, to be honest. Second answer? It's all about the heart, baby. Michelle had mentioned earlier she likes an arcade that has heart and soul. I should appeal to that. You aren't going to find an arcade that has more spirit than the Funplex. Perhaps arcade spirit? Sorry. Everyone who frequents there, employees and patrons alike, want nothing more for this event to succeed. This is our chance to show the world our dreams. We've been pouring all of our combined energy into making Clown Soup victorious. Teo, myself, all the staff, all the gamers. Gamer Nation! With Magical Moon Cuties on our side, we can just bring even more heart to this affair. It's a perfect fit for the kind of friendly atmosphere we want, bringing people together. Oi, you got me right in the feels. Plus, I really want to play Magical Moon Cuties too. Huh, fair enough, I was just asking you anyway. After I discussed it with Teo, I already knew I was going to show Magical Moon Cuties at the Funplex. Love that enthusiasm, though. Really? Really. I mean, it's either the Funplex or Deco's Palace, and while Deco is the heavyweight champion of the arcade world, it's not a good fit for my dreams. Great, so it's settled? I think so. I know so. Magical Moon Cuties will have its first playable showing to the public at Clown Soup. Now, I'm intrigued because Clown Soup is in 1 week, and if she hasn't, released the game at all, is it not finished? I don't know. I'm just a hater. I'm a critical hater. I'll haul my prototype cabinet over to your arcade the day before so you can get it all set up. I'd appreciate you keeping it hidden until the event, though. Oh, I guess if it's the first time with the demo. I don't know. There's early access. Still, I don't know. Already bought a mystery concealing tarp for our rare game release. Heck, what's one more mystery concealing tarp between friends? This will be an event to remember and I'm thrilled. I can't wait to share the news with everyone. Marshy, thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. Oh, but I should really be thanking you. Sorry to cut this convo off, but Michelle, your next interview is here. It's Mark from Hexagon. Mark, Hexagon, got it. Ugh, it's so hard to keep track of all these different media outlets. Marshy, it's been great. My people will call your people or whatever they do these days. Oh, expect your social media to explode later today. Ta-ta! And in a flash, Michelle wandered back into a crowd of people, her friend leading her into the next interview, leaving me standing in shock, unable to believe what had happened. A top indie designer premiering at my event. I imagined the adorable smiling faces of anime magical schoolgirls. I could practically hear them cheering me on. I knew everything would be okay. This is my life? Huh? Oh, nothing, just musing to myself. Out loud, nonetheless. No worries, I do that all the time. Mostly when I'm alone, though. But overall, that went really well. I'm glad that Michelle was really excited to bring her game to the Funplex. Me too. Honestly, I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. What with Ashley helping me with the hype of the cosplay contest. I feel like Clown Soup is going to be amazing. That's the spirit. I never doubted you for a second. I was about to reply with a totally witty retort about doubting in time. However, we were interrupted by the sounds of a bell chime. The hall will be closing in 30 minutes. It's over already? Oh, no, it's just getting started. I've barely seen anything yet. I could do this for at least another 4 hours. I am frightened and confused as to how you still have so much energy left, Teo. I amaze myself even sometimes. As for me, I was exhausted, allowing yawns to escape my mouth. Well, I'm officially pooped, and ready to go home. I still want to squeeze in a couple more games before this hall closes. They are going to have to drag you out of the hall once it closes, aren't they? Kicking and screaming. That's fun. Thanks for your help with clown soup today. That's what friends are for. And I'm glad to have you as a friend. Ditto. See you back at the arcade, Marshy. With our pleasantries exchanged, I left Teo to finish the dying seconds of Max in the Indie Mega Arcade. All in all, a successful day. Beep beep, Marshy, you have a new text message. Operation Hot Dog Takedown, mission complete. Asset extracted and heading home for a leisurely bath and some anime. Oh, we got our poster up top. Huh? She hacked the video signs and snuck away. Look at the screens. Our flyer's airing there now. Wow, I didn't know Ashley was a hacker. Maybe we should swap tips. I'd like the Funplex to commit fewer felonies rather than more, Iris. Aw, okay. Right. Time to head home. I promised I would meet Juniper just outside the main exit of the hall, and that's exactly where I was headed. The rush of fresh air hit me as I pushed the double glass doors open. It was nice, refreshing, and had a much better smell than the one I had been around all day. I didn't have to wait long until I saw Juniper. She bounced happily up to me. So, how was your first Max, Marshy? It was... How would we describe our day, chat? Fantastic, exhausting, or unforgettable? I mean, we did a lot. We did cosplay, we talked to Gavin, and we hung out with Teo, and presumably we did other things. Second, it was exhausting. My brain and body cannot function after today. I am drained from all facets of my being, physically, emotionally, mentally. Oof, I'm so tired. As to be expected with a convention. Although in your case, you really outdid yourself and got smacked with 300% of what anyone else would have, yeah? How do you figure? Well, most people drop by Max, play some games, maybe attend a panel or two, do some shopping. They're here to be catered to. You, on the other hand, were doing the catering. And like any good caterer, that means spinning plates and doing 12 different things at once. You found interesting ways to push clown soup and promote the Funplex as a whole. You worked your butt off to do it. So rather than attending Max, you were Max. Sure feels that way. I'm totally drained. I kinda envy you, you know? Sounds like you had some great adventures today, other than designing that flyer. I didn't do much beyond playing a few games and buying cute t-shirts and stuff, but let me tell you, they are really super cute t-shirts. I'm glad I could support you though, even if it was just, you know, by doodling up a flyer. What are we gonna say, Juniper? What are we gonna say to Juniper? It's hardly a doodle, you did great work designing it, or trust me, you're better off not being a caterer, it was rough. Do we want to encourage her art dream, or just, I don't know, whatever the second option is? Top. Hey, don't sell yourself short. That flyer looked super professional. I mean, no fun Comic Sans, but still pretty cool. Thanks, Marshy. I really enjoy doing stuff like that. I don't exactly get a lot of opportunities at the office to express myself. Okay, let's get home and get some real rest. We've both earned it. In fact, I'd say we took it, Juniper don't, to the max. Ah, hee hee. After that moment, the rest of the evening was a blur. I knew that Juniper and I took the train back home, heated up some pizza bagels, and I safely made it into my comfy bed. I think I was still in shock. At the beginning of this day, I thought that no one was going to know about clown soup. We'd be stuck as a relatively unknown mom-and-pop arcade. But now, it seems like the whole world knows. Which is great. But also pretty nerve-wracking. I sighed heavily, letting all my mixed emotions flow over me. There was no turning back now. What I set in motion will stay in motion. It can only get bigger and better from here. At least, That's what I'm going to keep telling myself as I drift to sleep. I'm proud of what I accomplished today, and I can't wait to tell everyone at the Funplex about all I've done. I hope they are proud of me too. And before I know it, Clown Soup will be upon us. You've cleared level 3 of Arcade Spirits. A winner is you. Now let's see your score. Wow, oh my gosh, our Ashley is almost as high as Gavin. That's crazy. I mean, you can't see. Gavin's all the way at the top. But Ashley's, pretty close. Clown Soup will be upon us sounds like a threat. Yeah, it kind of does. Like, are we gonna get some weird weather up in here? We're still very basic, but we're almost, just as heartful. But overall, like, it's pretty balanced. I think when I was playing, like, my quirky was all the way down, and, like, my gutsy was kind of all the way down. But I was mostly heartful and, steady, and a bit basically. We have 10,750 points. I don't know what the high score, like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what the score is for. Let's save the game. I mean, we could, it's still pretty early. We could do Clown Soup if you want another, like, hour and a half. I don't actually know how long the chapter is, but probably the same. I'm up for another chapter because I'm not gonna stream tomorrow, so the next time would be, like, during the week, and who knows how that scheduling will look. So if you want to see Clown Soup, I can do that. Or we can go to bed. I'm Yippeee. Yeah. Okay. I saved. Yeah, I saved. Okay. Main menu. Yeah, I saved. I need to make sure again. Okay. So, I guess with that, next time we will do chapter 4. We will see the big Clown Soup. That'll be the title, and I think it'll be the title of the stream, and I think it's gonna be really funny seeing Clown Soup is upon us as the stream title, if you're unaware of what we're doing in the stream specifically. But yeah, I think that'll be really fun, and who knows what kind of chaos will ensue. I hope you enjoyed chapter 3. We got to know Gavin a little more. We got to know Ashley a little more. Got to hang out with Teo and have him flirt more. Always fun. And we're ready for Clown Soup. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I will see you next time. Again, I don't really know when that is. I guess that depends on, like, availability and all that. Maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe I'll play something else. I don't know. I can do whatever. I'm a very, flexible woman. Anyway, thank you for joining, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching. If you're watching on the VOD YouTube channel, or something like that, or on Twitch, because I guess I'll have the VOD up for a week. But anyways, thanks for joining. I hope to see you next time, and goodbye.